So welcome guys. Today is the 17th, I assume, of April. My name's Lauren, for those that don't know me, and this is our Monday night Start Strong training. Kira and Adam have already jetted off to LA, and so welcome to anyone that is new to the team. We're already halfway through April, and this call is always exciting, I guess, showing people what's possible in that first 30, 60, 90 days, or even if you didn't get the crazy strong start that you would have hoped. I guess it's understanding that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and what's possible at any stage of your business, and how to teach people how to start strong. I know how to teach people how to start strong, and how to teach people how to duplicate. I think that's the essence of our business is, it's not about us. It's about helping and teaching other people on how to be successful. And we've got one of those incredible women on tonight. Her name is Denise. I'm blessed. She's actually part of my team down the line. And what I want to show you guys is kind of what's possible when you have a vision. And I think it's starting with your reason why. And I always share your reason why should be selfish. Yeah. Whether it's to bring home your hubby, whether it's, to give your family more quality time together, whether it's to get out of a job you don't like, whether it's to help pay the grocery bills. It might be start small and then grow as you go along, or it could be a big vision early on in the piece. So I think your reason why should be selfish, but the reason people will join you in this business is the vision that you hold. Whether that vision, if you've ever heard Brian Marsh talk about it, I think it's a great go-to, especially if you're brand new in this business, having a vision that is bigger than you. Your vision might be to help mums create mum care instead of daycare, or your vision might be, and I know this is being extreme, but to end all domestic violence. That's something that you probably won't be able to do in your lifetime, but it's something that lives on, and it's an impact, it's a legacy that you'll leave behind. And that's really important because we have a very unique business model. Okay, so we all have the same product, we all have the same compensation plan. The only derivative is ourselves. And if we're teachable and we have desire and we're willing to do, anything is possible in this business. I know I'm living proof, and so many more. And tonight's not about me. Tonight is about Denise and helping you guys see that anyone can do this business from all walks of life. And your why and your vision, I guess, will evolve over time. Okay. And I know for so many, it starts off small and it grows once you build that belief in the company, belief in the business, belief in our industry, belief in our product, belief in yourself. As that all evolves and grows, you'll grow in this business, and your business will grow as, I guess, a direct reflection of that, right? Our business is a direct reflection of how many people we help, how much we're willing to dig in and grow, and how much we're willing to give to others and give back. So if you guys don't know what's possible in that first 30, 60, 90 days, or, whether you're a little bit further along in your business and you really want to pick up traction or get that strong start, it really doesn't matter. If you didn't get that strong start in the beginning. And, first of all, I always encourage new team members and my team members to have a little diary, that you keep for Juice Plus, so you can track yourself. Because I think there's so many things that we can do in this business, but the things that really count are the high-paying activities. So getting out there and talking to people and utilizing social media, following people up, inviting to events, sharing your story. They're all high-paying activities, whereas reading the VO and understanding it in the very beginning isn't. And I know I spent so much of my time early on going, oh my God, it looks like Japanese. I don't know how to read it. I don't really know what I'm doing. But you don't need to be the expert. We're here to help you with that. So in the beginning, having a diary that you can track your own your way to SDVF, which is that first main milestone in our business. And I really kind of just want to map out what is possible. So if you're brand new, or you've got people that are brand new, it's showing them what's possible to SC with SSC in mind, growing a strong, sustainable business that I guess keeps flowing on. So we all come in as ourselves, or, you know, maybe it's a partnership, and we all come in and first things first, be a product of the product. If you're not already on it, being your first customer is key. Okay. And that first small level is what we call DVF. Okay. To get there, you need 1,000 points, and they need to be of your own, not your own personal orders, but your own customer orders, because the head office want you to start building a customer base. Okay. Now, if you don't know that there's 2 to 4, even a little bit more grand on the table for you, okay, to be able to earn in that first 30, 60, 90 days. So for me, I look at this, and this helps people win. Okay, they've spent $165 on their business, which is nothing. Okay, and we're helping them win. If they do this within 10 days and 1,000 points, okay, this is what I first want you to put in your diary. On the front page, put all the products and the points. We've got little cute Canva things. You can print one off and stick it in, so you know the point value of each product. But really, as a bare minimum, you know, I always say your customers will mainly do what you do, not what you say. Okay, and you can't recommend something that you're not using. So as a bare minimum, I would order premium and our 60 shakes. If you can, premium and 120, but as a bare minimum premium, you want to get this product at that full capacity. So this is 371 points. If you ordered this and shared it with 2 other people, you would be your first level of DVF. Okay, if you do that within 10 days, the company says, job well done, and you get $100 bonus. Okay, this helps people win. This helps people get their money back, and they start to build some belief. And they've also started to earn some retail profit on top of that. And this business, when you understand it, sharing the benefits, okay, and not the features. So you think about, you know, I always say this is an exercise, is write down all the benefits of our incredible product and program. Okay, that could potentially help people. And you start to understand that. Then think about all the benefits, even if you haven't seen them yet, even if you haven't felt them. Look around you. Look at Kira, look at Adam, look at your leaders within your direct team. You know, think about the benefits of the business. Okay, whether that is more income, whether that is less stress, whether that is more time. Okay, and then start to think, who else out there is a mum that would love to earn an extra income? Who else out there, you know, is a family that would love family holidays? Who else out there, you know, is pining to actually have something to be inspired for on a Monday instead of, you know, that mundane job? Okay, and you start to understand this business is about sharing the business also, the opportunity. Okay, it's not about hunting anyone down or harassing anyone. It's about sharing, okay, opening a door and allowing them to come and see what it is that we're up to. And all you do is teach. Imagine if you found 2, 3, 5. I know there's some people, you know, in their first couple of weeks, couple of months, that really went gung-ho and shared this business. I did this in the first, you know, 10 days of me starting as well, because I understood this business was a teaching business, and all you have to do, okay, is teach them how to do the same. Be a product of the product, okay, and then how to find their first couple of customers. Help them find their first 1,000 points. Again, if they do it in their first 10 days, you've helped them win and earn a $100 bonus. Guess what? The next level that we talk about is SDVF. Now, that is a $4,000 points, but it's cumulative. So anyone that you bring on, you help them, they're going to help you get to that 4,000. Now, I'm not great at maths, but I can see that adds up to 4,000. If you do it in 40 days, okay, it's a $400 bonus. And again, this is a teaching business. So it's not about, you know, I always say pushing porridge up a hill. It's not about that. It's about seeing and finding the people that are inspired. So really going to these guys and you're like, hey, I was able to do this in my first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, 24 hours, I've seen it done. I was able to get to SDVF. I've earned $500 in bonuses plus retail profit, and it sets you up for next month. Are you excited to do that? Yes, awesome. No, you just want to be left alone and go at your pace, awesome. But those ones that want it. Now, SC, sales coordinator, the top commission level. So you're getting 14% of commission. You're at that top leadership level. and really you're reaping the benefits of the compensation plan already. It's our prerogative to help you guys get there as quickly as possible. Now, back in the day, 3 years ago, I was able to get there in 9 weeks. Adam got there in 4. You know, so many people are doing it faster and crazier now because there's so much momentum. All it is help 2 people do what you did, get to SDVF, and help 1 person get to that 1,000 point, that DVF level. So this person goes out, launches their business on Zoom, shares the business with a couple of people. This person only shares it with 1. Okay, this person goes crazy also and shares it with a couple. All they need to do is help them do their first 1,000 points. Okay, get to that DVF level, earn that first $100 bonus. Yeah, and it's really simple. Be a product of the product. Share what you're excited for on social media. You know, launch your business online, whatever it might look like. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4,000. This person is at SDVF. Okay, this person is still sitting at DVF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This person is an overachiever and they've done SDVF also. Okay, SDVF as a bare minimum is 1 VF, okay, and 4,000 points. You can do it the hard way if you want. You can go and get 4,000 points, which honestly, and she won't say it's hard, but Denise did. You know, she went and found just like honestly, so organically going and finding the customers. And you can go 1 person on your team and at least their order. Or you can do it the smart way, okay? Or you can do it the fun way, linking arms with people, like-minded people that want this as much as you do. Guess what? Help 2 people to SDVF and 1 person to DVF and you're at SC. Okay, the points pretty much take care of themselves. Now, I always do this. I always put the bonuses in the wrong area. So you've earned a $100 bonus for hitting DVF. You've earned a $400 bonus for hitting SDVF. Okay? You've then gone and helped 2 people get to SDVF. So guess what? You get a teacher bonus. So you've helped 2 people. That's $800 in teaching bonuses. And if you've done all this, you've qualified your business, which is a $200 bonus first-time qualifiers. And then it's a $600 bonus for helping you get to SC. You're now at the top commission level of 14%, and you've built a nice little team already that really is gaining momentum under you also. So I'm not awesome at maths, but this is about $2,100 in bonuses alone. Now, if you did this in 30, 60, 90 days, depending, you're also going to earn retail profit on top of this. So this is a very large estimate, but $300 to $800 each month of retail profit. This is very, very broad, very dependent on what your business looks like. You could have a business full of customers and earn more to retail profit than that, or you could have more team and just earn like commission based off that. So this is very, very broad for a reason, because different businesses look very different in terms of retail profit and commission. But $2,100 in bonuses alone. And this is if you did the bare minimum, okay? And then really, if you look at it, let's average it, $500 a month over that 90 days, which is 3 months, is $1,500, okay? There is, you know, you're nearly $4,000 right there. Now that creates an awesome story. That creates momentum. That creates buzz. That creates fun. That creates people wanting to be a part of something. You know, that's really what this business is about. It's about building that buzz. It's about building the fun, building the team culture of we just get in and do what needs to happen and do what it takes to get that stuff done. Now, you know, whether you do this like lightning speed or whether it takes you a bit longer, helping you do this really sets you up for a strong, sustainable business, really, which is what Denise has been able to build in a short period of time with quite a busy life. So Denise, if you want to bring yourself off mute, and I'll come and find you, which is always fun. There she is. Awesome. So we've got some questions. How are you? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you.
And
the fact that it's last night before the end of school holidays.
Woohoo! Yes, the beautiful Denise. I can see her right-hand man there, which is Greg.
That's his right hand, yeah.
I love it.
Hello.
Hello. So tell us first, obviously, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your life. And I definitely won't do the takeaways, but, tell us a little bit about you and how long you've been in the business, what was life before like before this business, and what attracted you to this in the very beginning. And I've lost for words.
Sure. I think I understand the question, yeah. So initially I saw the business on a post on social media, and it was, wanting to earn $500 or $1,000 a month. And that caught my interest a lot, because I just thought that would be a great way to keep enjoying some little luxuries on the side. And before I actually decided to jump on board and dip my toe in, as it was, I wanted to know what the product was. So we quickly found out, and our belief in the product just grew really quickly, because Greg had a history of high cholesterol. I used him as my project, my guinea pig, and said, okay, we've got the product, let's share it between us, and we'll have some quantitative evidence, because he was having a blood test in 2 months' time. So we took the capsules. He had that blood test, his cholesterol stabilised for the first time in 10 years. And now I'm really happy to say that 6 months down the track, his bad cholesterol has actually dropped 20%, and his overall cholesterol is down 9.2%. So from that point on, and we classify our start kind of as the 1st of November, launching into the business with that full belief in the actual product. And so I guess we've been doing this for about 6 months. I've got Greg to jump on board with me, which is really fun. Another bit about my history is I'm a health and physical education teacher, and I have been for around about 30 years. I had about 8 years to go before I could access my super, and I'd never dreamed that I would not do that, I thought I'd just stay teaching until the very end when they kicked me out. So this came along as a really big surprise, and what I found was, once I started treating it more like a business than just a little hobby on the side, that's when my business really started to grow. So a lot of people were coming to me for interest in the capsules and the product, and people were getting such good results. And then I was having so much fun, because I was reconnecting with lots of people from my past. I was making new friends through this kind of forum as well. I was listening to people's stories on Monday night training. I saw they were real people with real stories. Everyone's getting amazing results. And then I started listening to other people's stories who might have been in similar situations to mine, where they either wanted to stay at home with their kids or wanted to leave their job. And I didn't necessarily want to leave my job, but I'm just having so much fun doing this. And when I leave school in the afternoon, I can't wait to finish that teaching job and get to this teaching job. And as I'm driving home from school, I pull up at the lights, and I have a lot of pens beside my seat, and I think, right, what do I need to do? And I walk in the door, and I honestly spend probably 4 to 5 hours every night. And I'm not advocating that everyone has to do that, but because I really want to do this, I want to swap my career to this, because I believe this is a profession that fits with me really, really well. I just love helping people. I love teaching people. So I don't need to stop my teaching role as such. I just transfer my skills to a different set of people. So that's basically how I got into the business.
I love it. And just so you guys know, I'm not going to flip it on back to me, but so many people in this business right now. Let's mute everyone. You just have to unmute yourself again when you talk, Denise. For me, so many people. Can we make sure we're all on mute? That'd be amazing. Thank you. So many people say they don't know anyone. And just to give you a rough idea, I knew Katrina. She did say no to me for a really long time. I'll never let her live it down. She said no to me. I went to school with her. And then she introduced this business to a girl she didn't know, Jo Reynolds. And then Jo introduced this to Denise, who she didn't know. Social media is such an important role in this business. And to give you an idea, if you're willing to grow, and if you're willing to, really, I guess, treat this like a business, like Denise said, there's loads of people out there, just like Denise, that are ready for something new and not necessarily wanting to leave their job. But you just touched on it before. I think, part of your success comes from your dedication. But I guess, when did your belief like jump over from being more so the product, obviously with incredible results? And this girl's pretty humble. She won't tell you her incredible results either, you know, from a woman that, you know, her body completely changed, just like being a product of the product. And there's no like there's no, I doubt in my mind the correlation between, I guess, why you have so many customers and loving on people like that, and you guys have incredible results and having that belief. But I guess business side, when did your belief flip from just about the product to really taking this business seriously?
I think it just became really evident that a lot of people were looking for another way. You know, there's a lot of people that are in painful situations. For example, some close friends were overseas running their own business. Their health was not well, their relationship was suffering for it. They made the big choice to, you know, start taking the products as well. And then they started having belief that this could possibly change their career opportunities. I can't remember the exact point, and I can't remember the exact time when I went, right, this is it. My belief's so strong that I have complete faith, and I'm 110% sure of this, that I'm going to finish at the end of this year. Yeah, it was kind of an evolving thing, but it just seemed the more success that and the momentum that the business was having, the quicker it was growing and the more people were believing, and it was just such an exciting thing to be involved in, and I just couldn't see anything bad. And so the more good I saw in it, the more it grew, the more it evolved, the more people came aboard, and it's just evolving by itself.
I love it. I love it. Amazing. And what about the two most important things that have helped your success so far? I guess, you know, really putting your foot, jumping into the business back in November. And so you've been able to get to SSC and, you know, build those clubs pretty strong in a really short amount of time, especially at a time where, you know, no one's interested in something over Christmas, which is a lot of the belief a lot of people have. So I guess what have been some of your most important tools to where you are and your success so far?
Definitely being positive, creating, you know, a situation where you just want to be positive and attract those vibes and attract the people in that want the same as you do. So also it's being realistic and authentic as well. So it's not a get rich quick, I lost my words now, get rich quick scheme, as you said before. It's, you know, you have to work really hard at it. Sometimes people say, I've worked so hard and I've done all this, and no one's entering my business, and that's probably because you're putting out those vibes that, you know, aren't attracting the right thing. Consistency is just so important. Just being every single day. There's a lot of days where I come home from school and I teach 2 Year 12 classes. I've got a Year 12 PE class and a Year 12 Marine Studies class, which are pretty demanding. So sometimes I get home in the afternoon and I'm pretty exhausted, and I think, oh, really, tonight, can't I just watch TV? And I think, no, I can't do that, because there's people relying on me. There's people that need me to contact them, and there's people that need this in their life. So I put on my big girl pants and I go, right, I'm going to call that person and I'm going to have that conversation. And conversations aren't short. The conversations normally go for 40, 45 minutes. But I also know after that time, I walk away with a song in my heart, having reconnected with somebody or connecting with somebody new. And for me, sitting on the couch watching some mindless show as compared to having that relationship and that conversation with someone is just so much more important.
You're amazing. So I guess I just want to draw out two things, because I think it's really important, and you're probably like, hey, stick to the questions you sent me. I think it's really important, and you speak so amazingly from your heart, so I stumble over my words, so you're perfect. What is something you do every day? Because I know, you know, starting my business, and especially, and this is nothing on you, but maybe your generation are a little bit tougher. I guess the pyramid and all of that sort of thing comes up a lot. And so for me, what is it that you do to be able to stay positive and really attract that positive energy? Because I know your team, and, you know, they're just incredible, incredible people. So what is it that you really draw upon every day to, I guess, stay positive and really, I guess, stay positive through some of the negative stuff?
Ooh, it's a tough one. That wasn't good. What do? I make sure I just never stop trying. I never, the days that I don't feel like doing it, I just do anyway. Like I say, maybe our generation, had kids, had hard times. I know that everybody has had hard times. But then because of the experiences maybe we've built up along the way, life's just too short. And then you see people's health situations. And my father passed away last year, which sort of came out of the blue a little bit. And once that happened, I knew that I had to live every single day, and I didn't want to keep this gift away from the people I love and the people I care about. I've got a very close friend who's in my team now who's had a really hard time, and just seeing her go through her health journey. And then at the end of that, I didn't want to use this business, and this was a hard thing. It was really hard because I knew that this would be perfect for her. I knew the product would be perfect for her. I knew the business would be, but I didn't want to come from a place of doing this as a business point of view. I wanted to do it for her, and I think I love people, and I love helping people, and I think now I knew I'd do this, and I think that's why it just fits with me so well. And I feel selfish if I don't stay positive and I don't be a good role model and I don't share this gift that we have to share with people from a health and business perspective.
You're amazing, and I think people understand. You have a massive heart, and I think that's what gets you so far in this business, also. And for you, you touched on, I guess, you do spend quite a bit of time on this, but I know that you are a people person anyway, so this never feels like work. But I guess when, you are helping team that, might not be able to give that amount of time into it, what is it that I guess you would say that are your top, couple of things that every single day to be able to build your business that you're making sure that you do and that you're teaching your team to do the same?
Reaching out every single day to at least, 2 or 3 people, adding new friends on Facebook, making sure you have conversations with people, got those consistent posts, be yourself. Don't lose sight of the fact that you're just trying to build a business here. When you are putting posts on, don't lose faith that people aren't watching. I've had so many people in conversations that people have been watching for 5 or 6 months, never liked anything, never commented on anything. Then I'll pop a post on about I went to visit my daughter in Townsville last week and put a photo up, and there's all of a sudden 180 people, who have obviously been watching. So don't ever lose the faith that people aren't on the journey with you, and it's just not right for them yet. And when it is right for them, those people will come forward. So an everyday thing is just, for me, it might be one day it might be customers, looking after customers and making sure you stay in touch with them. Being on top of, and I'm really lucky that I've got Greg helping me with the details because I'm not a details person, and he is. But having said that, obviously, people can do this business by themselves. But a lot of my success definitely is due to Greg's organising. Did that really answer the question?
Yeah, totally. Love it. And I guess I kind of want to draw on that too. I think doing this business with a buddy, now it might be your partner in crime. It might not be. And hands down, I had the privilege of going with Katrina and Joe. We went up to Gladstone to do some events with these guys. And I think, hands down, you need to pour into the people that have their hands up. And these two and their team definitely did. And they organized the events. All we had to do is show up. And that we did. We drove, which was an interesting experience. I love road trips, but that one was a long one. So for you, I guess really doing this business with a buddy, how much does that help impact you and stay positive, obviously, but how much does that help? And I think really getting that message across to the 187 people that are listening in, to find that buddy, right? To find that buddy, whether that is your partner, and hands down, you're so incredibly blessed to have someone right there supporting you, because I know not everyone has that, and sometimes we use that as an excuse of our family doesn't support us or our hubby doesn't support us or our wife or whatnot. But how important is it to do this business with a buddy?
Incredible. And the other thing that it's sometimes we might get caught in the trap actually that we go, right, enough's enough, and we made this rule that we were walking our dog the other day and we were coming back, and I said, right, the next person that mentions anything about the business has got to wash up when we get back, and we walked, I think, in silence for about 1 minute. So sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming, and you've got to put parameters in place to make sure that you're looking after yourselves and your relationship as well. But we talk a lot about the business, obviously, and we've got our own set of skills, so supporting each other in that. And when I've forgotten something, which is a lot of the time, Greg picks up on that, and he's incredible support. And we definitely couldn't be where we are unless we were together to this degree at this time.
Love it, and you've done such an awesome job. Keep going.
Another thing that's on there, Loz, about the excuses thing. This is completely off what we're talking about, kind of. But when I was going to school, and there's a particular toilet in the library, which is where I tend to do some of my work in those stolen moments at school, just quietly.
I love it.
There was a quote on the wall by Florence Nightingale, and it was, she attributes her success to never making or taking excuses. And this is before I even found this business, and I didn't know how pertinent it would be to this particular opportunity when I saw that. But I took that on board a really long time ago with my work at school and just in life in general. And whenever I feel excuses coming into my head, like I can't do this or I can't do that, or it's all right for such and such, it's all right for them, I really stopped that thinking. And I've been doing that for a really long time, and I'm really happy that I've been practicing that now for this business. That's helping me create a lot of success as well.
100%. And honestly, I want you to, I guess, delve a little bit more into that. I know your incredible uplines, and I know that Katrina teaches a lot on that, on mindset. Honestly, this is, that quote in the gym that it's like, it's 80% diet, 20% exercise. I always say it's 100. That's the type of person I am. But this business is honestly so much based on mindset. If you have that mindset, like Denise, never stop, always keep trying, really always holding, I guess, that vision strong. And it shows that, you have such a strong vision because you're able to get up. But talk us through that. When the excuses start coming through, what are those things that help you get in that mindset? Because it's all well and good to say, I kind of just nip them in the bud. But what are some of those things that you do to help you get in a more impactful and positive mindset?
I guess one thing is to use distraction, if you like. So replace that thought with, okay, well, what's a solution then? So if there's a challenge that gets thrown up, see that as an opportunity to, okay, that's a little bit of a speed bump, but how can we get around or over or under that speed bump? Hopefully not under. And come up with a solution, yeah. And then you can stop that excuse making and just go, rightio, this is what we're going to do.
I love that.
Doing what we need to do to get to this point.
I love that. And honestly, Tony Robbins says it, the biggest problem is that people don't think they should have them. Like Denise just shared so eloquently, problems, find a solution, right? It's about those quality questions that we ask ourselves. So instead of when, the neg ferret comes at you, or the problem arises, or you've got one day to your fast track ends, or team members go missing, instead of going, oh my God, I'm stuck, I'm failing, because you're not going to get a very great response when you give yourself that. Instead, just going, you know what, who do I need to become right now? Or what needs to happen to make it happen? How can I do this with fun and link arms with awesome people? You're going to get a much better response to be able to tackle that. And such an incredible answer you just gave then. For you, I guess, helping, obviously you have a very fast moving team, and there's new, I'm just dumbfounded every month on how many people that you welcome on board this incredible journey. And honestly, it comes down to your massive heart, and you shared it before, you have a gift to share. Who are you not to share it? When getting someone started, what are the best, I guess, 3 tips for things to help them gain that momentum, I guess, in the beginning? And I know you're so humble and you'll never mention it, but you've introduced an incredible woman, the Coral. Yes, correct. Names fly at me and I'm like, everyone needs a name badge. Coral, and she's been able to do SDVF in some crazy amount of time, and again, build a team already and share this product, and from honestly, from you teaching her. So what are those a couple of things that you help someone do to get started strong?
Get them to tap into the system. We've got an amazing system that will work for you. Don't try and invent it yourself. Everyone comes into this business not knowing anything. There's plenty of people that know a lot. There's plenty of people that know a lot more than I do still. I'm learning all the time. So just supporting people to know that they don't have to know everything, and it's probably best that they don't. Just to do it with heart, rather than try and use your head, because there's people that have made mistakes and developed these things, and there's so much available. There's so many resources that you can use. Monday night training is an absolute non-negotiable. These opportunities, I know I was a bit slow to do that as well. I guess, okay, this is a bit of a confession. I guess I saw it as a bit of an intrusion into my Monday night, because Monday's, normally a pretty crappy day, because you've had the weekend and then you get work all day and then you go, oh no, training. And then that was probably when you said before about when I changed this to being a business, maybe that was the thing that really tipped it, once I got consistent on my Monday night trainings and just watch this every week. And I find it so much better to do that at the time, rather than thinking, oh, I'll watch the recording later on, because it just, life's so busy, it just doesn't happen. And then that consistency of reaching out to people, whether it be through social media posts, whether it be through coffee catch-ups with someone, whether it be on live events. In fact, we're having our first live event this Sunday in Gladstone. Well, not second, you came to the first one, but we're running our own this Sunday, so that's pretty exciting, and hoping all our Gladstone people will turn up and bring along their people. And yeah, I think that's the main things.
Awesome. And I guess for you guys, like, so exciting that, you've continued it. It's all well and good for, and I'm not a rock star, but, us leaders to come up and do events, and I've done the many road trips, from the very beginning of this business. Me and Adam are usually road trip buddies, but me and Kat were, and I think we were a great team. But there's all well and good for us to come and plug in and do events, but it's what you guys do after, and I'm so proud that you guys have stepped up and doing your own events. I think events are such a crucial point. When you say tap into the system, I guess, what are those key points of the system? Is it those three-way chats? Is it, obviously team training is important, and I guess, when you see your team do well versus those that might feel stuck or challenged, what are they doing differently, and what parts of the system are so important? Obviously, I know we have some incredible resources, and it is about being resourceful.
I see the most successful people in our team, the ones that learn a lot early, as far as watching some of those resources you mentioned before about the Start Strong training, etc. Definitely three-way calls, three-way messages. Like, that's really effective to start that conversation in a little three-way message group, which then leads to a three-way Zoom. Three-way phone calls, anything that utilises your upline, because people need to know that you don't have to know everything, but people up from, because you're learning as well. So if people jump on this business and they realise that you don't know everything, but the people above you know more, then it's just that whole teaching system duplicates itself, and people can use all that. They see how much support is there, and utilise those systems.
Amazing. And I think that's so important, guys. If you guys aren't utilizing your upline, now it's not to say that they can do anything better than you at all. It's actually the opposite. It's to edify the situation. It's to, and I'll still draw upon Adam to this very day, and I've been in the business as long as him, and I know he would do the same with Linda if he needed to. It's about being resourceful. There's nothing that we can do better. It's that we edify. We give third-party endorsement. So when you've got someone interested in the business, first port of call is an event. Would you agree, Denise? Yes? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then, once they're interested and they have questions, our job isn't to answer them in a message. Our job is to go, you know what, I'm excited to answer them. I'm still learning. This is my amazing, friend, mentor, whatever you want to call them, teaching me. And I know Kat or Denise or whoever their name is can help answer way more of your questions right now. get out of the way and let your upline do the work. Honestly, that's what this business is all about. Until then, you become that person. And I know Denise is kind of already on that road of doing that for her team also. And what's best, and I get this from you, is you've just duplicated what Joe's taught you. And Joe just duplicated Katrina, and Katrina duplicated me. And I guess, that's what this business is all about. And honestly, be resourceful in this business, 110%. What's been your biggest lesson so far? I know we can call them lessons or blessings, or, I know Linda calls them blessings. So blessings versus lessons. And sometimes our face down moment can be our biggest, I guess, blessing in this business. So have you had any, and what have they been so far?
I think I kind of covered that already as far as using the system. I don't think I was using it very well at first, and I thought that I could put my own slant on things. So taking it back a bit of a notch and just going, hang on, and maybe I wasn't as teachable as I should have been in the beginning. So just becoming more teachable and listening to what people were trying to tell me. Poor Jo, I'm sure she's pulled her hair out. She told me things a lot of times, and I still kept making the same mistakes until I really utilised what I was supposed to be doing. So thanks for your patience, Jo.
I love that. And we've all got to have patience. You can do this bit. What's that saying? There's more than one way to skin a cat. But I think, really, I guess just making this business as simple and duplicatable and easy as possible, really going forward. I guess for you, along the journey, definitely I can see your desires changed. But, when did your belief start growing? And I guess, when we look at that belief wheel, what was it really that you needed to work on that has been able to grow your business to that next level? Because I truly don't believe that you stumble into SSC3 Club. That really is a team effort. So I guess for you, what has been the shift in belief to be able to help you grow to that next level? And I guess really start to build this business and take this business seriously like a business.
I guess I didn't really see network marketing as a valid way to do business because I just didn't know anything about it. This time last year, I didn't ever know it still existed. I was stuck in the old, that's an Amway pyramid scam, whatever, like everybody else at the time. So the thing that I had to build my belief in was this business, and the longer I've been in it and seeing people's business results and stories and, how people help each other, it's just amazing how much personal development I've had and how much I feel like I'm getting free professional coaching, and I am. And just, what was the question?
So what levels of what had to grow in your belief to be able to grow this business to where you are right now? And let's be real, a strong SSC business like QNMD is right on the horizon for you. You will do it extremely quickly. You have incredible structure. Your pay line is just ridiculous, and it is a testament. So I guess for you, I've watched your business grow from strength to strength, and I've watched you grow from strength to strength. So what are some of those personal development things that you help grow your belief in this industry to get it from kind of a very low score to up there to understand what you have in your hands?
Yeah, so it was that about the network marketing, and overcoming that fear of, is this just a short-term thing, or is it something that I'm going to live into the future, and is it going to be am I able to be able to give up teaching and start learning how to talk, give up teaching and actually have that leap of faith into that next step. And just the more I see of it and the more I grow in it, the more I believe that.
And what are some personal development things that you really, I guess, get stuck into to be able to help build that belief? Because I know that's what a lot of people find useful is, I guess there is that dance. You've got to take action in your business. It's all well and good to sit on training and listen to seminars and do that, but you got to take action to build a business. But yeah, what are some things that you do to help, I guess, grow your belief and help develop and grow as a person?
Definitely, when you girls come up for that event, that all that personal development around mindfulness that you alluded to earlier, that was huge. The books like GoPro, Eric Worre, that's become a bit of my Bible. If I ever falter in what I'm doing,
Keep going. I'll get them to stop.
If I ever do that, I pull that book out again. And the other day I was flying up to visit my daughter in Townsville, like I said, and I read that book on the plane, and I underlined more stuff, and I wrote notes the whole way up there, and I got really excited about what that could do to help me grow my business as well. And then I think sometimes when I have, I call it a slow news day, I think, right, what can I do to grow my business today? So it might mean that I make direct contact with somebody in a messenger, in a message, someone that's maybe liked some things along the way but never really asked any questions, but I feel like this business could help them in their lives. And I think that's one thing that's changed with me as well. When I first started, I did this more with my head about, I need to get more team, blah, blah, but now I've switched to how can this business help this person? And so when I approach someone, I feel like it's more authentic because I'm asking them, like, in my mind, I'm thinking, how could this help them? Not they'd be good for the team or they'd be good for this business. It's just all about what have they got in their lives that this business would help them to heal or whatever.
I love that. Lisa V, you're sharing your screen. I love it. You're doing some good stalking, so I'm liking watching it. But if you want to just hit the stop share screen button, there we go. So for you, I love that. This business is all about what can you give instead of what can you get. And when you make that distinction, you make that shift, I think, like, subconsciously or unconsciously or whatever you want to call it, I think that's been a big shift in your business growing, and people obviously stepping up as leaders as well in your team. For you, I guess, like, what gets you most excited, about the future and moving forward? And, what have you got planned? Obviously, we heard a bit before about leaving teaching and things like that, but you and Greg together building this business. And I think I want you to touch on too, is how do you make the jump from having that really strong, what's the word, like, very safe. Teaching is a safe industry. Teaching is a safe business, although, definitely I think it's changing. But how do you make that leap of faith, from that safe government job to then, choosing this as your full-time thing? And I guess, what are you most excited for? What are the big plans? And, what are you excited to be able to do in the future that, currently you're not doing?
Whoa, lots. We've just spent the Easter break up at Yeppoon, where Greg's already retired. He was kind of forced into retirement a bit early. So that's another reason I got interested in this business in the first place, just to kind of supplement what we were doing. So as you said, yep, leaving teaching at the end of this year. I'm really excited because that's just going to give us flexibility without Greg working and me being tired. We've already got next year's first day of school started back. We've got a plan for that day, what we're going to be doing on that day. Not at work. We're going to be having a coffee somewhere. And I've never been to Europe, which is, I know, astounding for some people, but I really want to go to conference in Europe next year. I want to go to conference in America next year. I want to do as much traveling as we possibly can, because I know that we can do that from anywhere. Doing this, Greg's parents are up in Mareeba. My mum and stepdad are in Tasmania. Our kids are sort of spread around the place. I just have freedom to be able to not be locked into any time frame, to go and see them, help them, spend time with them. We've got a plan kind of where we spend summer in Tasmania and winter in Queensland. Just to have the freedom to do that. And I would love to travel around and do what you girls did when you came up here. We've got team all over the country as well. We've got team in WA, Northern Territory, Tasmania, Queensland, obviously. Just so go around and support them and run some live events in those places. Have a team meeting somewhere special, maybe a cruise, and just, yeah, I just want to get our team connected and working together. What else have I written some stuff over? No, that's and just to continue, helping people who have got pain spots or things that we can help, and get to the point where we're not doing this financially anymore. We're just doing it because we just want to keep doing it to help people. So I can't ever see a place or a time where we just go, yeah, no, I want to pull out of this now. I don't think I'll ever want to retire from it, because it's just too much fun. I still get to teach people. I still get to hang out with people and meet awesome new people like you. So.
Oh God, God forbid you meet anyone else like me. I love it. No, I love that. And I just want to kind of put that together. You know, find your passion, what you're passionate about, and how can you do more of it in this business. Honestly, I love talking. I love events. Go and do more events. You know, that builds a business. Look at Denise. You know, she's found her passion of teaching, and she doesn't have to do it in a forum where she is, you know, locked into the confined walls of a school. You know, honestly, find what you're passionate about and use this vehicle to harness that. You guys are going to be doing lots of traveling. I'm excited. I'm going to come along for the ride. I love a good travel. I guess last, you know, 5 minutes or a couple of minutes, what would be your parting advice if someone was, you know, honestly just getting started, or if someone was doubting whether they could do this, and you know, what would be, I guess, your words of wisdom to finish this off?
It's all about wisdom. Don't give up. You'll only give up if you don't keep trying. I see sometimes people wavering in their enthusiasm and their passion and their belief. Just keep plodding on. One quote I love that I've heard a few times is, "You're your own best teamie." So, as you said before, we've got the product, we've got the business, we've got the opportunity. The only thing that's the variable in there is yourself. Look in the mirror, go, do I want this? You know, don't make excuses. Don't blame anybody else but you for how your business is going. If you want this, you can do it. You can have it. You just have to put your hand up and everyone will reach down and help you out.
I love that. You've been such a star. Thank you so much. I know it was late notice for having you on. Brand new SSC 3 Club, and watch this space. This girl and her partner in crime there beside her are only just getting started. They've only been in the business, God, you know, not even 6 months yet. So, yeah, watch this space. And honestly, take some words of advice, take some words of wisdom from this incredible woman. You can see her heart, you can see her passion, and I love that. You can't, Linda's famous quote, you can't be disappointed for the results you didn't get, for the work you didn't do, you know, really putting our hand up and owning what we're willing to do in this business. So thank you so much, Denise. Thank you, Greg, for your time and wisdom as always. And I'm going to take everyone off mute and everyone can love on you. And yeah, I'm excited for the next call also.